There shall no evil happen unto him that feareth the Lord Yahweh, but in temptation, even again, he would deliver him. Ecclesiasticus chapter 33, verse 1. Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Racha, Kodash. Double honors to our venerable apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and blessings to the Lord's elect, the house of David. It's the brother Haran coming back at you with another lesson, Lord willing to be edifying and uplifting unto the elect. All right, and just wanted to go into a quick article here. All right, I believe today is March the 6th, 2024. All right, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. Okay, and the title of this article says, "Many fear hackers took down Facebook and Instagram." All right, now this is going back to, I believe, yesterday. There was a shutdown of these so-called platforms. Okay, I believe the main platforms that were affected was Facebook, otherwise known as Meta, and I believe Instagram, as it says in the title. All right, but just thinking about it, this is the second major outage that we've had over the past couple of weeks. Okay, I believe last week and a half or so. All right, you had the AT&T, T-Mobile outages, and now you have this. All right, so it's all going into the internet use and also communication. All right, now I believe through the spirit that very soon the next step is going to be, the banks, and then it's going to go from there. All right, because it's all going to be pretty much what you're seeing now is the lights are flickering. Okay, and I think that's what I'm going to title this video, is that the lights are actually flickering. And before the lights go out, they show you in the movies all the time, before the light goes out, it starts to flicker, right? It does a blink, flicker. It stays on for a little bit, but it's kind of shaky, and then all of a sudden, boom, it just goes out, and then it's a wrap at that point. All right, and I believe that's what's going on right now, which is all going to the birth pains. All right, the birth pains that the Apostle Paul talked about. Okay, so let's read. It says, Meta's Facebook and Instagram are both experiencing outages as users are locked out of their accounts, sparking wild theories online that this is part of an effort to rig the U.S. election. All right, now the election is not until November. Okay, normally all the way down to the end of the year. So it makes it interesting for them to be bringing this up, right? An effort to rig the election. I mean, that's not even something you should be putting out in the mainstream, but here we are, right, in 2024. It says many have taken to Down Detector to report issues when logging into social media sites. Andy Stone, communications director at Meta, posted on X, formerly Twitter, "We are aware people are having trouble accessing our services. We are working on this now." Okay. The issues have coincided with Super Tuesday as states across the country vote in Democrat and Republican primaries. Now, users also, I believe they're talking about the primaries in terms of the election, not the major election that's going to be set in November. All right. Nonetheless, like we've said, some brothers have been saying it, right? I don't believe we're going to have an election this year simply because of how things are set up for the rest of the year. I don't believe we're going to have an election. All right. That's just me, but we'll see. Right. It says now users have taken to social media to suggest that this could be linked to the election. One posted on X, interesting. Oh, this is a quote. "Interesting that Facebook and Instagram are both down on election day," end quote. See, so now it's making it seem like everybody's coming off as a so-called theorists, right? Everybody comes off like a conspiracy theorist because now they're putting their 2 cents into things that doesn't make sense, right? Oh, this is interesting. How this will happen on a day like this. You see, so people like that, very soon, people who share those kind of sentiments are going to be blocked out. Okay, they're working on legislation right now to criminalize anyone who opposes the given agenda or narrative. So that's something to look forward to. right? It says, ex-CEO Elon Musk has mocked his rivals, saying, if you are reading this post, it's because our servers are working. Heading into Super Tuesday, Trump is fresh from a big win in Colorado as he is allowed to run in the state. The Colorado Supreme Court had ruled that he could not run in the state due to his alleged incitement of the January 6th insurrection. See, and it's interesting how they're trying to push this so hard, and they've been trying since 2020, right? About this whole January 6th bullshit. Now, for those who were paying attention, we all watched what happened. Okay, I remember him going on get on the mic and basically telling the people, just go home, disperse. The results are in, and they're gonna do whatever they got to do and just accept it. But just go home. Don't hang around here. Everybody leave. He gave that speech. So how the hell do we come around, turn around, and trying to make people believe that he was actually inciting people to do this whole January 6th bullshit, which was all orchestrated? Okay? Nobody looks at that as a serious deal. Like, oh my goodness, January 6th. Like, get out of here, bro. All right, but let's keep going. It says, Trump has always denied inciting a riot on Capitol Hill in January 2021. On Monday, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that Trump can be put on the ballot. Okay? So again, for states to even take him off the ballot is citing something. See, a lot of people are not gonna, those who are in favor of so-called Trump coming back into presidency, okay, they're not gonna take too kindly to this type of shit. All right, and I believe that's all being done by design and on purpose to incite people to rouse up, because what they do want for the next agenda to be fully fleshed out, they need chaos. Okay, they need chaos, and that's why you're seeing all the things that's going on right now. A lot of all these migrants are being open to come over here. Is all setting the stage for this precept or this prophecy right here. Okay, let's get this in Isaiah. All right, now also our Lord talked about it in Matthew the 24th chapter. Okay, Luke the 21st chapter. All right, Mark the 13th chapter, going into nation rising against nation, kingdom against kingdom. All right, people against people. All right, that's what you're seeing. That's what you're starting to see build up right now. Okay, but ultimately, this is what we're about to see very soon. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 1. It says, the burden of Egypt, and this Egypt is not talking about Mizraim or the land of Egypt out in Africa. It's talking about Egypt as a parabolic, symbolic way of America. Okay, because America symbolizes what Egypt stood for, which was the oppression of the Israelites. Okay, it says the burden of Egypt, otherwise known as bondage. Behold, the Lord Yahweh rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, right? So the American against the American, Babylonian against Babylonian. Okay, whether it be men against men, based on color, okay, based on sexual orientation, based on class, right? Based on religious belief. Okay, whatever the case may be, these things are all creating a division in this country that's going to ultimately get to a point of violence. Okay, you got men fighting against women, women fighting against women, men fighting against men. I mean, nowadays you got it's being put out there through social media of the kind of violence that's going on around the world, man, especially in this country. Okay, it's nothing for somebody to just take out a gun and just blow somebody away. Okay, it'd be in the Starbucks. Yo, it's like, yo, bro, what the hell? Today I saw a video where there was this chick, her man's caught her cheating, right, with another dude. So the guy came in, blew that guy away, and then as he was standing there arguing with the shorty, he blew his head off. He took his own life. So that she's stuck in the middle. Her side man is put to sleep. He's up out of there. And then her main dude who came in and took the dude out, he also takes himself out. So now she's in the middle crying, losing her shit. And she got two men just ousted just like that. Okay? That's an example of the Egyptian against the Egyptian. Okay? Because they're going to be fighting over the orchestrated stage that they're going to be on. They don't understand, all right, what is going on behind the scenes. They're just looking at it on surface level and letting it affect them. Okay? The economy is about to crash basically at this point. All right? And that's why I'm saying, so I said earlier that, the next step is going to be the banks. Okay? So it says, and they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city and kingdom against kingdom. Now, when you read that in the book of 2nd Esdras, okay, so you can get that. Okay, it's not just people just throwing hands. Okay, these are fights being done with weapons in their hands. Okay, they're not just brandishing it, they're going to be using it. Okay, this is a book of 2nd Esdras chapter 15 and verse 15. It says, for the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their Salakia. Let's keep going. It says, so bring that back. 2nd Esdras chapter 15 and verse 15. It says, for the sword in their destruction draweth nigh. There you go. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. So that one people is talking about what? The Egyptians. Okay, the people against each other. All right. One people, the American people who are supposed to be all together. Oh, I'm an American citizen. Oh, I'm MAGA. Oh, I'm liberal, or I'm conservative. Whatever the shit is, people are gonna be fighting over it for whatever reason. Okay. It says, and with swords in their hands. All right. So that's the most important thing, is that when you have sword in your hands and you rising up against another, you're just fighting each other violently, taking each other's lives. Right? Because what? Because iniquity has abounded, the love of many has waxed cold. All right. And the Lord said in the book of Isaiah, I believe, Isaiah 3 and 9. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick. Let's see. Right. It talks about these demons, right, declaring their sins like Sodom. Right. Let's get that real quick. There's a book of Isaiah chapter 3 verse 9. It says, the shew of their countenance. It says, the shew of their countenance doth witness against them. Right? Meaning the look on their face. All right? It gives it away. You could literally look at somebody today, you already know what kind of mindset they're coming in. Okay? Whether they be part of the alphabet crew, all right, or whether they be on some type of different type of energy, right? You know they're not walking in the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay? It says, and they declare their sin as Sodom. How did they do that? Through the social media. Okay, nowadays through social media you can see everything, man. It's just coming out every single day. Okay, and they declare it, meaning they post it, they repost it, they publish it. All right. People they can't mind their own goddamn business. They just gotta create this chaos and force people to accept it. They're not ashamed of it. People post all kinds of madness. You got OnlyFans. You got chicks just out here just, putting themselves out there. It's just like, yo, what's going on? There's no sense of decency out here. Nobody's disciplining these people. There's no judgment being executed. So the hearts of men is set in their hearts or in their minds to continuously do evil, man. Okay. And that's why the Lord is going to destroy this place, because ain't nobody handing out the righteous judgment. So ultimately, with all the sins that's going on, there's consequences for that. So the Lord is letting it build all the way up, and then He's going to let His Son come down and destroy all this shit, man. Okay? And that day is fast approaching. It says, and they declare their sin as Sodom, they hide it not. Woe unto their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves. So that evil is going to come in the form of them fighting against each other. Okay? And then ultimately the destruction. All right? By thermonuclear fire. Okay? But again, this is all being done by design. Esau Edom is behind the scenes setting the stage. Okay? They're setting the stage. They gotta first look at what's going on over the past 4 years alone. Right? There's been an expansion in government spending. Right? That's all part of deconstructing the system. Okay? They're just sending money out. Oh, Ukraine needs this. We're gonna send $800 billion over to Ukraine. Oh, Israel, we're gonna send $60 billion over to them. Oh, $666 billion over to here. You know? And over here in America, what's happening? There's higher and higher taxes. Okay, that's done by design. Okay, you got wild ass inflation. That's done by design. Okay, and that's all to do what? For them to set up the next step, which is going to be the PPP, otherwise known as the private-public partnership, to come together as a new form of government, right? Which is going to pretty much set the control or have control over the prices of goods, right? Because I heard, shit, who was it? There was this lady. They were having these WEF meetings this year, and then she was mentioning it. You know how the federal government has to step in to regulate the prices because these corporations are bugging the hell out, basically. You see. So to the average person, you hearing that, you'd be like, oh yeah, that's that. Yeah, I'm going to a grocery store, and if I'm leaving the store with 3 bags in my hands, yo, I ain't buying shit. I'm fasting at that point. You know what I'm saying? You go into a grocery store, you spend $100, and you leave with 3 bags, you fasting. You ain't buy shit. You see? So for the government to step in and say, oh, we're going to regulate the prices, or we're going to control the prices and the wages and the materials and so on and so forth to combat inflation, right? A lot of people are going to be with that. If I don't got to spend $200 on 5 items in a grocery store, then I'll do it. See? And that's not a good thing, right? Because that's going to lead to them having complete control of everything, all activity, right? That people are going to be doing, man. Everything in your daily lives are going to be tracked and controlled, okay, in order to combat the things that you can't fight, the hate speech and the D-terrorists and all kinds of different shit that they're putting out there, the inflation, the climate change, all this shit. Oh, you can't fight it on your own. We need to step in and fight for you. But in order for us to do that, we have to take away your rights, your freedoms, your liberties, your privileges, right? And that's how this is all being set up. So I believe this whole cyber thing that's going on, with Facebook and Instagram being taken down or whatever. I mean, they did come back up, but again, it's going back to the lights are flickering. Okay, it's just another step before the whole entire system goes down. All right, we've done videos, countless videos on, what these devils are planning to do behind closed doors. All right, something known as cyber polygon. All right, it's just an example. Okay, but it goes deeper than that. All right, and when this thing goes down, when this whole system goes down, all right, in the words of Klaus Schwab, it's going to make the CV look like a walk in the park. Okay, because this is going to affect every single aspect of your life. All right, and at that point, it's the end of the road. All right, it's fight or flight. You know what I'm saying? When you open your phone, you pick up your phone and everything is shut down and you have no form of access whatsoever. Yeah, that's when the reality sets in. Okay, and people are going to take to the streets looking for answers, and they're not going to find any. All right, and as the days go by and the weeks go by, and there are no answers, and people are starting to, realize the reality is finally setting in, I should say. That's when they're going to start looking for the Lord. Okay, that's when they're going to start looking for the Lord. But guess what? They're not going to find the Lord. Okay, they're not going to find the Lord. Let's get that. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 28. It says, then shall they call upon me. Then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord Yahweh, they would none of my counsel, they despised all my reproof. And that's talking primarily to our people. Okay, what's that? Hosea 4 and 6 tells us that my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. All right, so that knowledge is because you hate, all right, correction. You hate the righteous way of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay, and it's more apparent now than it's ever been in human history. All right, the spirit of rebellion against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is becoming the mainstay, is becoming the norm, and soon is going to become the law. Okay, so hey man, we got a lot to fight for. All right, but these days are going to be shortened. As you can see, the time is flying. Okay, the times are definitely flying, man, and it's all going to favor the elect of the nation of Israel. All right. So anyway, I'm gonna leave it off there. Lord willing, you're edified and informed. In closing, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachak Kodash, the water Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. And until next time, Shalom.